Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about a pretty interesting Deadpool miniseries called Suicide Kings. It's 4 issues long, written by Mike Benson and Adam Glass. It came out in 2009. We have Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher pop up in this story. And oddly enough, Tombstone is the main bad guy to the story, and they make him interesting. I never cared about Tombstone up until this moment. Now, before we get into the story itself, I do want to mention the art. It's really good. It's by Carlos Barbetti. But I do have to make the observation that the women in the story do have gigantic breasts. All of them. There's boobies all over the place. I'm not sure if the artist is obsessed with women's breasts or just to make a point that Deadpool sort of objectifies women. That aside, it sort of caught me off guard because you don't see this too often nowadays. Now, the story itself is that it starts off with this character. His name is Conrad. He seems to be a pretty bad apple. He's the son of a politician. He bet some serious money on a basketball game, and his team lost because of Deadpool. The star player of that team had lost all his fingers thanks to Deadpool due to a little skirmish that he had with him. Now Conrad owes some serious money to Tombstone, but the albino one, instead of feeding Conrad to the pigs that he has these weird super pigs that are gamma irradiated, he wants to take advantage of the situation. He wants to set up Deadpool for a crime he didn't commit. This will set all the street level superheroes to go after Deadpool, and then he'll take advantage of the situation and remove everyone off the table. So as I mentioned earlier, Deadpool's framed for a crime he didn't commit because what happens is Tombstone not only blows up Deadpool's apartment, he blows up the whole building, killing everyone there. This leads to Punisher being hell-bent on finishing off Deadpool once and for all. Punisher actually kills Deadpool on more than one occasion on the story, and he gets more and more creative because he realizes his healing factor is an issue. Now, I don't know too much about Punisher's history and stuff like that, but during this time, he seemed to have found a stash of supervillain weapons because he's not using normal guns. Like, you're going to see him use one of Doc Ock's arms, or Whiplash's whip, or Claw's arm cannon thing. There's even a moment where he's using the Goblin Glider and he uses pumpkin bombs. So as the story progresses, we have Deadpool trying not to be killed by Punisher. He's confronted by Daredevil, who actually believes Deadpool's story that he's not responsible for this particular crime. Later on, Spider-Man's also convinced that Deadpool is not responsible for this particular crime. Now we have these two heroes aiding Deadpool, trying to stop the Punisher because they're worried about collateral damage, and also focusing their efforts on investigating who's after Deadpool in the first place. They end up discovering, obviously, it's Tombstone. Also, Punisher's won over as the story progresses too. So what happens is Tombstone sees that we have all these heroes gunning for him. So he actually contracts through the Hood, the Wrecking Crew, and we get a pretty fun battle there. So at the end of the story, Deadpool is able to stop Tombstone. But the interesting thing is that he's going to be a recurring villain in the Danny Way run. So that aside, I didn't spoil everything in the story. I think it's worth reading. So I hope you guys like this video. See you guys next time.